Man, you're really dark.
Yeah, and
Um,
I'm not. My camera actually showed me very light. I don't understand why. Like I'm looking at my camera's display versus
got to be a zoom thing. Do you have like in the camera options of your like video settings? Do you have some sort of like low light adjust on
there it
or
is. Auto.
there you go.
I don't I'm looking at it, I was like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just dark today. I could do the voice changing too. Yes, I was 10 years ago when I first saw Kyle. Um,
Oh God,
you know.
it has been over five years, man. I've been doing the LRM thing for over 5 years. Been doing the podcast thing for over four. It's pretty crazy. I got good news for you. I'm about to hit enter on the little chat box on Zoom and send you a trailer. We're gonna watch this trailer, even though you know jack shit about Doctor Stone. We're gonna react to the Doctor Stone New
I thought
World
you were gonna show
Core
me
Two
the
trailer.
I thought
What?
you were gonna show me the new there's a final One Piece trailer that was released this morning.
Oh no 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 no. Maybe we'll watch that. But Manny, this is gonna be Manny's last day, ladies and gentlemen, and it's
Yes,
gonna be
true.
short anyway. So let's get into this and say well no, that's the outro. Hello everybody, welcome to another daily cup of genre here on the Genreverse YouTube channel and Genreverse Podcast Network, wherever you get your podcasts from. I'm Kyle, that's Manny, and he disappeared for a second, then came back. Yeah, hit the subscribe button if it's something you haven't done already. We do a lot of great content here on the channel. Anime and trailer reactions. We've got a live action One Piece reaction from Breaking Geek Radio that'll go up this week. Excuse me. Of course, Star Wars reviews with Ahsoka going on the Cantina. If it's not a reaction video, it goes up on all your favorite podcast app networks, like I said. And hey, we've got merch. There's a link down in the description box below. Take you over to our Redbubble, where you guys can buy stuff to support the channel, to support your favorite podcast or favorite show, and even check out Tim Nardelli's artwork from Tim Nardelli's Night Terror comic. And I do see the One Piece final trailer. You know, when it comes to One Piece, I mentioned we're gonna do Breaking Geek Radio is gonna do a reaction to the first episode. I'm gonna be recording that for them. I nothing the show really. Like I've seen it. There's stuff that I like. There's stuff that I can laugh at, but I couldn't really get into it. I saw the One Piece film Red. I thought that was okay. I liked most of the music on it, but even I was like, you know, it's just not for me. But Jammer is a huge fan,
Oh
so
yeah.
we're excited to see what he thinks of the live action. So be sure to check that out. I, however, am a giant Dr. Stone fan. We cover Dr. Stone on AVR Squared here on the Genreverse. So if you like reactions and reviews, be sure to check that out. Core 2 starting in October. I'm super stoked for it. Manny doesn't know much about Dr. Stone, but this is an excuse for me to see this trailer and get a built-in reaction. So Manny, do you have that link loaded up?
I'm unmuted. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
I
all
do.
good then? All right then.
Yeah.
Here we go in 3, 2, 1, play. I love the music for this show.
I've never really liked anime music, to be honest with you. It's really weird. If there's like one thing I always dislike about animes, it's their intros.
Oh God!
I'm just not into the
I'm gonna
music,
fight
man.
you.
That's
I'm gonna
just
fight
like
you.
it's just weird.
I'm so excited to get back to this show. Three-way final battle, huh? Oh no! What? Oh God, yes! October 12th. I just gotta wait just a little over a month. Holy crap! I know Manny doesn't know, and it doesn't matter that Manny doesn't know because we know. We know. Well, I mean, I know anime only. I have not read beyond the anime for manga. Actually, I'm still in like season 1 for manga, but oh my god, there's so much stuff in this. Manny, this truly is one of the best anime out there. And how can you say you don't like anime music intros?
I really don't.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
there are so many good ones out there. Dude, Chainsaw Man had a great opening, but had several great endings because they used different ones for each one. Dr. Stone, the first 2 OPs are freaking phenomenal, and then like the Stone Wars ending is great. Like that's on my freaking playlist. Like, yeah, man, they're what is it? Do you just not like the hearing words you don't understand? Is that it?
No, I listen to Portuguese music. I listen to sometimes that, you know, Mongolian music that's really crazy and dark and awesome. And yeah, no, something about the high pitchedness of it sometimes, and
they're not all like that though.
I know, but like
racist.
How is that racist? It's just
I don't know.
It's the sound.
It's 2023. Anything you say is racist.
Yeah. So I just don't, man. Like it's like almost it's like a.
Oh, thank God you're leaving.
I hate to say this, but to me, man, it sounds like a mosquito going through by my ear. That's what it sounds like.
Oh, I'm just gonna say thank God you're leaving. No.
I will text you every 3 months to remind you that I haven't watched Groundhog Day 2.
Yeah, I know, right? Can you guys believe that? This guy never freaking watched Groundhog Day. Dr. Stone, October 12th. There should be reactions and potentially reviews. Be sure to be subscribed for that. I'm super excited about it. It's like I'm getting a Dr. Stone like tattoo. You can actually mirror effect. Senku's right there, and then way like on this other side, I've got Gen, and then behind Senku is a giant Tsukasa. You guys can't see because bokeh effect and whatnot on the cameras, but yeah, I'm super excited about that. Senku potentially having to turn to stone again, like anyways,
no idea.
Anime. Christine and I started JoJo. As a wrestling fan, I can actually tell you, Manny, you should check out JoJo.
Oh, don't try to get me that way.
No, I'm not kidding, dude. Seriously, it is like if you took like everyone that knows professional wrestling already knows it's a bit of a soap opera, right? But it's like if you literally took Days of Our Lives level soaps and then wrestling, especially with the fights and the boastfulness and the personalities and whatnot, the promos, like take promos, put them in Days of Our Lives. That's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, along with a dash of Dark Shadows, of course.
I've heard a lot about that show though, so yeah,
dude, you know,
pretty good.
Like I said, it's something that we hadn't gotten into, but we started watching it. You guys can find reactions here on the channel. Well, one up, another one will go up Friday or Saturday. But it's got a lot of wrestling stuff in it, a lot of soap opera type stuff in it. Dude, I'm getting back into it. I'm starting to follow some of the story stuff along with WWE. What do you think with the whole Universal undisputed quote unquote championship? Do you think Roman holds on to it until WrestleMania and goes against like Cody or something? Like,
yeah,
what do you think is
gonna happen? No, it's not if it's gonna happen. That is what's gonna happen.
I mean, really, all the way until what is that? Yeah. April of next year? You're gonna let him hold on to it all the way until April next year.
I don't think they have a choice. But luckily,
how do you get Cody over to doing more SmackDown stuff so he has more interactions with him?
You have Survivor Series where something can happen. You have Royal Rumble where you can pick your champion. You have hell, even Elimination Chamber, I think you could probably do something like even at the last minute. But no, this has been built already. This is a 2-year story, and I think that it was planned out that way by Triple H, and the rest of creative. But I mean, I don't know, man. Like it's different now because there's the new our ownership group may want it a different way. Networks may want it a different way. I know they're negotiating a new TV deal. But like right now, honestly, like the product couldn't be any hotter. So I don't know. They've done a really good job in the meantime of elevating the Intercontinental Championship. They have the new world title over on Raw with Seth Rollins, who's doing a great job, and they're being able to elevate other people like Shinsuke Nakamura back into the light, because like people don't understand how like amazing he is. Like a lot of people do, but man, that guy's good. That guy's great for all he's done in his career. Gunther's doing amazing things, like I said, with the Intercontinental title. Rhea Ripley has the women's title, but like she's not really doing anything with it. And so I'm not sure, but they have certain other feuds and everything. LA Knight is over the moon right now.
Oh yeah,
and having a great program right now with the Miz that all ends on Saturday with Payback. Or whatever the premium live event is called.
Yeah.
I won't be in town, so I'll just catch up on it a little bit later. But yeah, no, dude, like it's like good stuff. They're bringing back John Cena for a while, and so like
he's actually got what, like 7 weeks worth of stuff coming up.
I think so. Yeah. Anytime you start seeing older wrestlers come back in the modern day, and what I mean is post McMahon. Why are you knocking over my light? Hold on, this guy. It's because there's a Saudi show coming. They love their legends wrestling, and usually that's where legends fall. If you want to see one of the worst matches in history, go watch the Brothers of Destruction, Kane and the Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels and Triple H a couple years back. It was the saddest thing ever.
Sadder than that MMA match at SummerSlam.
That was pretty. That was so. I don't know. I don't know what that was.
Oh God,
dude, you're gonna turn off my stuff.
I looked at that and I was like, there's only so much suspension of belief that you can do in the ring when you straight up say this is MMA rules, and you put 2 MMA fighters in there. You better have told them that you guys should spar, like for real spar, like 75%, because you can just tell. So
100%. There's just so many moments where that they would have just killed them there if they would have got a hit like that. Like nobody in MMA waits for their opponent to get up. Like that doesn't happen. Like it was. Like I legitimately thought for a moment, and that's kind of shame on me for thinking this. I was like, oh, they have actual MMA fighters, so they might actually do it.
Like I said, a 75. Like look, Ronda and what's your name? Like 75%, guys. The ref will step in if you go too far, but make it a good show.
You've already had it.
It's a shoot. Go.
But and you could have, and if you really wanted to, you could have actually elevated it a little bit, because you've had Cormier before refereeing a match back in when they did I don't remember, it was Matt Riddle versus somebody in a weird cage, because it was like a 2-story, I don't know, but you could have done something like that, or brought a referee just for that match from MMA to make it look a little bit more realistic. But I mean, none of it was done, and it was rough. It didn't even look like a good wrestling match. It didn't look like anything. So
it was an awful match, man. And it came off of that 3 triple threat match for the women's title between Charlotte, Asuka, and I'm forgetting the lady with the really long hair braid.
Oh, Bianca Belair.
Thank you. That match, dude, when Charlotte threw her over the edge and she hit the stairs going down, I think I honestly think she did get hurt, and then she wanted to finish the match, and so they kind of played into it. Like when she's down on the ground, the team's talking to her, dude, in gorilla positions, talking to her through referees, and they're like, okay, if you're sure, act like you're going back, and then go, because man, it sounded bad. Like her screams and crying, like that was good sell if that was all fake, but I think maybe there was it was mostly planned, but I think maybe it went a little awry, maybe not, but definitely the MMA one was just too obvious.
Given
some
of the spots that she did afterwards, I think it was mostly planned.
Yeah, like I said, mostly planned, but maybe she hit too hard or something.
Yeah, because when she hit that and I heard it, I was like, oh,
exactly.
It sounded really
and
wrong.
Also because for a while they didn't show her, and usually when it's the TV people will let you know kind of sort of it's fake by over analyzing the injury. But they just went away from it until they started going to it a couple of times there right before she ran back in, and then I was like, okay, there was something planned, but maybe it almost went awry. It's something I'm getting back into, and
what I'm happy about it is that McMahon historically has always liked the big broody muscly guys to feature, and Triple H is more like talent, absolute talent. So like he's not afraid of pushing a Gable, or featuring Io Sky as a champion despite the language barrier. But the great plan of having her be a part of a unit like Damage Control, where somebody is good as a, I just don't have names right now in the more.
Bailey is one of them. I don't know the other.
Yeah, Bailey and Dakota Kai. Not afraid of showcasing other talent that Mr. McMahon wouldn't even waste a second on, because he just wants a Roman Reigns, a Brock Lesnar, just a very historically that's just the way it's been if you think about it.
Yeah. I mean, you would never even WCW, as great as like Billy Kidman was, especially when he's helping take down Raven's flock and stuff like that, you never saw high flyers like him, smaller guys, reach the status of even like a DDP, let alone a Goldberg, a Hogan, a Warrior, or anything like that. Definitely, which sucks, man, because you look back on some of the quote unquote smaller guys, Eddie Guerrero, freaking Chris Benoit did awful things, but we're talking in the ring only right now. Dean Malenko, you talk about some of the best like technical wrestlers, some of the guys that could really sell a lot of their moves and do some really cool shit. And I mean, they just never, like I said, they were never a Hogan, Sting.
Well, they weren't, but luckily for them, there was a point in either the 2000s when Paul Heyman took over SmackDown. And just completely revolutionized the way you look at smaller wrestlers, with what he did with the tag divisions for like Edge and Christian, and then just Eddie Guerrero.
Edge
you named
great.
him the cruiserweight title. He's the one who brought that in, and showcasing that there's more than one style of wrestling that could be entertaining. And then that's where Eddie Guerrero made his name and fame, and did so many great things. He won the title at the Cow Palace in San Francisco, out of all the weird places, when he beat Brock Lesnar. And I mean, everybody was incredible. It worked. And so I think having a mixture of that now, because sometimes it just doesn't look good. Like a Rey Mysterio versus like Braun Strowman doesn't look good. Like there's no like chemistry there. Like you put a Ricochet and a Rey Mysterio, you're in for a hell of a match. But then like it's almost the same thing with like the big guys. Like if they're too big, like they can't really, they just kind of like over in there. Like I saw Bobby Lashley fight Braun Strowman, And it's kind of a little clunky. Like it's like
that happens with some of the females too. You'll get some of the ladies that are much bigger than their counterparts, and I like I said, I'm just now getting. I can always watch wrestling anytime, any match, any decade. You know, I can sit down and watch wrestling. But as far as like following stories and characters, something I go in and out of over the years. But I've seen some of the ladies where they're just so much smaller than some of their counterparts, and it becomes noticeable. You know, it really does. And one thing I hate when it comes to wrestling is being taken out of it. Yes, I'm aware it's choreographed. I understand it's sports entertainment, but I still want it to look, you know, look real, so to speak, for lack of a better term. I hate it when it takes too long to set up a move. Like, I hate it when it's obvious that they're helping each other set up for the move. Little bits every now and then, especially, you know, 8 minutes into a 11-minute match. Yeah, you're going to be getting tired, and maybe you need an extra second there on the top rope before you do a freaking suplex off the back or whatever. And but when you sit there and literally see them having to grab each other and shuffle and all of that, it gets frustrating. And it's one of the reasons why I don't like Sheamus's Celtic Cross or Razor Ramon / Frack. What was his other name he went by? Help me out. When he was with Kevin Nash, he wasn't going by Razor Ramon. What was his when they were Wolfpack?
Oh, you're talking about
Scott Hall.
Scott Hall,
thank you. When Scott Hall would do the Razor's Edge, like I hated how long it takes to set that move up.
It's a tough move, man.
It is, but there's some really good finishers out there. It's crazy to look at that evolution from the sweet chin music and flying elbow of Michaels and Savage respectively, to ridiculous things like the people's elbow, but really cool one like Matt Hardy. Was it Matt or Jeff that had the hurricane? I think it was Matt Hardy had the hurricane.
Matt Hardy,
that was a really cool move. You know, reverse or twist of fate. That's what it was called.
Yeah,
twist
I was like,
fate.
the hurricane. That's a wrestler.
Sorry. Yeah, twist of fate. The twist of fate. I like that move. You know, a nice little twist on the net breaker. I thought was cool. Diamond Cutter's great. Like
and then some finishers, they're not called finishers anymore, but whatever. We're old school. The dumbest thing on earth. If you think of Hulk Hogan's atomic,
like I said,
leg drop,
back then they were bad, man.
it's a leg drop.
It's a leg drop. They do leg drops.
But it looked cool. The Rock, the People's Elbow is just as stupid as the leg drop, but the way you sell it.
Yeah.
And that's actually my point. I think I wanted to make was, it's not the way you do your moves, it's the way you sell your opponent's moves, which is why there's a lot of wrestlers who you're like, why do they keep getting like work and stuff? Like, even though they keep losing, it's because they know how to sell. And yes, like Scott Hall had one of the best sells for a stunner I've ever seen. Ric Flair, like you can say everything you want about him, but the way he sold moves and sometimes went over the top just for the hell of it, because it made it fun. I mean, just a good time, because it kind of plays with the whole thing. It's like, this isn't real, but this could also be fun at times. And like, I just remember one time, I think Hogan chopped him, and like he flipped out the ring, like walked halfway up the ramp, and then fell, and it was great. But yeah, that's kind of where we are. I think it's just a matter of chemistry and working with others. You probably didn't like John Cena matches, because in John Cena matches you can clearly tell when he's communicating with the other person about the next set of moves. And stuff. He was terrible
watching
with
when he was big. I was not there for the "You Can't See Me" and John Cena heyday. It was one of my off seasons, if you will.
Yeah, he was terrible with it.
That sucks that he's coming back while I'm into it. Then now,
John Cena is great. He's actually one of those few ambassadors of wrestling that you can say, like, you know, what kind of like what a guy, just because of the fact that he has the world record for most Make-A-Wish.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Grants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then
absolutely.
he's not bad in movies either. I think that just came out last weekend.
Unless he says something about Taiwan being a country, and then he becomes a complete pussy.
Well, I mean, whoever's paying the millions of dollars
money,
wants you
money,
to. Yeah, I'm like, all right.
Yep, money. Kind of bitch down on the money, but I mean, I can kind of understand.
You do the same thing.
But I'm upfront about being bought, and then I would be like, yeah, no, I said it so I could get paid.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. So yeah, be very very upfront about the.
No, Taiwan is a country.
It really is, though.
Sorry, not sorry.
I'm glad I'm leaving today because the show's gonna get like canceled.
Canceled.
Hey, Kyle, you need to retract your statement about Taiwan, please.
Yeah, because D-COG just huge in China.
You never know, man. There's like three. It could be like 3 people.
Maybe one day. One day when Manny's no longer here, and I know you've got to get going and wrap this up. But I want to say thanks for being a part of the show for the last few years, man. It's been a lot of fun having you on here. It's gonna suck not having, because like Jammer, like I can call him and be like, hey man, could you fill in for a day, and that can happen, but you might not ever be back on, which does kind of suck, but I get to talk to you on the outside, so that's good. Thanks, man. It's been a lot of fun.
Really man. Thank you for putting up with me, because I know that sometimes my views are very, very different, but I think that's what made us work the best. It's something I've looked forward to almost daily, except when I'm not feeling very good. But it's always been a good time. I've never did this because I felt like I had to. I've always done this because I've wanted to. And I think that's what made it special. And it's a tough sacrifice for me because I really do enjoy it. But with everything going on in my personal and just professional life, it's something that has to happen. So thank you for all the time. Thank you for my favorite show of the week, which was always Mondays and Box Office Talk, because I mean, we couldn't be bigger movie nerds. And thank you for giving me the platform so that I, like you, can also tell people we told you so almost every time, because we did. We really did.
We so did. Huge back catalog there, guys. A huge back catalog on the Genreverse Podcast Network and YouTube channel. I'm not going to plug anything, just going to show that. Check out the playlist. It's one of the best ways to consume our material. Manny's going to have a bunch of stuff up on lrmonline.com forever and ever. LRM's YouTube channel forever and ever. Yeah, Manny. I don't have anything else to say. Would you like to just close the show and I'll roll that outro?
Yeah, so it's not completely over yet. There's a couple of there's like 4 or 5 interviews that still need to go up, which are going to be done today, tomorrow, and we'll be releasing tomorrow and Friday. But yeah, thanks everybody for putting up with me, and you can always still follow me at Manny Gomez Media and at @riddlemethis_510 to check out what the next adventure is going to be, and continue to support Kyle because he's all right.